Today we're going to be going over the average 40 time for high school football players based on position. Now we're going to go over the averages for quarterbacks, receivers and DBs, linebackers, running backs, O-line, D-line, and tight end. Now at the very end of this video, after we talk about all the averages, we're going to talk about some things that you can do as an athlete to get faster and improve your 40 time if maybe your 40 time is like below average, if you will. So let's start with the quarterback position. So at the quarterback position, I would say probably average for a high school, like varsity level quarterback is going to be a 4.9. I would say a 4.9 is probably an average 40 time. If you could break under a 5 as a quarterback, that's pretty solid. If you're a dual threat guy, I would probably say like maybe along the lines of like a 4.7 40-yard dash would be average. But that's what I say is a good general speed for a QB in high school. Now also, fellas, if you would like to get faster but still be able to put on size in the off season, protein consumption is one of the most beneficial things that you can do. So you want to try to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're 170 pounds, consume 170 grams of protein per day. And it's hard to do that without getting some type of protein powder source to hit your daily goals. So that's why me and my brother have developed a supplement company called AG Labs, where we made supplements specifically for athletes. You guys can get our chocolate peanut butter brownie protein powder, our cinnamon snickerdoodle flavored protein powder, cookies and cream. We have many great flavors that are the best tasting proteins on the market. So if you guys use the promo code FIRST25, FIRST25 at checkout and go to the very first link in the description below, you get 25% off your protein order. Now next we're going to go over wide receiver and DB and then linebacker and running back. So for receiver DB, I would say probably in like the 4.7 range is probably average for like a high school varsity level player. And then for linebackers and running backs, I mean, I wouldn't group these in the same category. I would say for linebackers, it's probably like a 4.9 as well. And then for running backs, I would say it's probably like a 4.8, but it's like a low 4.8s, like probably like 4.8 flat, 4.81, maybe a 4.79, something like that. And for receiver DB, it's probably like 4.7 or the lower end of things for a 4.7, maybe like a 4.68 or 4.69. I know that was my best 40 time in high school was a 4.68. So that's what I would say for each of these position groups is about average. Remember at the end of this video, if you're not hitting these averages, we have plenty of things that you can do to help you get faster, and that's what we will be discussing after we break down O-line, D-line, and tight ends. Now for O-line and D-line, you guys, obviously O-line would be a little bit slower than D-line, so I would probably say like a 5.5 40-yard dash is normal for them. And then for D-line, I would say probably like a 5.2 or below. If you can get below a 5.2 as a defensive lineman in high school, you're moving, especially if you have some size, and that is a very, very recruitable defensive lineman. Because again, you see those defensive linemen that come out of the combine every single year. Some guys are running like 4.5s, 4.4 40-yard dashes, some of the best athletes on the field. So if you're a D lineman, you can go 5.2 or below. That is insanely recruitable, if you will. Now for tight ends, I would probably say along the same line as running backs, probably linebackers, probably like a 4.9 40-yard dash or below. And I think that ultimately would be best. Now, let's say you are a player and you are below average. Let's say maybe you're a quarterback, you run like a 5.3, you're a receiver, you run a 4.9, etc. What can you do to get faster? So there are 3 things that I recommend that can help you get a faster 40-yard dash time, okay? So number 1 is going to be training with resistance. So either running up hills, running up stadiums, running with a sled, having somebody put a resistance band around your waist. All of those things can help your speed improve, and resistance training is one of the best things you can do. Secondly, in the gym, you have to train for speed. So a lot of times football players get caught up in lifting like bodybuilders, you know, doing bench press, doing curls, shoulder press, and all that stuff is important, you guys. I'm not saying to neglect that because you do need to have size, but you also need to train your fast twitch muscle fibers, or try to increase the fast twitch muscle fiber count in your body by doing movements in the gym that require all-out effort. So if you were doing a box jump and you were trying to explode as fast as you can, that's exerting all-out effort. That improves your fast twitch muscle fiber count because you activate those fast twitch fibers when you're running full speed because you're exerting all-out effort. So that's the second thing. And then last but not least, work on your running form. Recommend getting a speed coach, running track for your school if you don't know where to find a speed coach, because if you clean up your running form and you do those exercises that we mentioned and resistance training, that could all translate to improving your speed and improve your 40 time.